I'm going to start the YouTube live 1 minute early because I know at least YouTube would work. Now let's see if we can get Rumble on board with
I
us.
should say, you're never sure about Rumble.
Yeah, Rumble, no. Yeah, I've got to go through one hoop.
Two hoops.
Two hoops.
Three hoops.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And are we live with Rumble? It claims we are. Okay. I hate saying okay. Welcome to Fido Live number 118. You know, I've done 118 of these things, and you would think by now I would have the streaming software all sorted out. Right now we're using Rumble Studio and we're using YouTube Studio because I've just given up on Streamline and OBG and GYV and ABC.
XYZ.
Okay, this is the Halloween week that we're doing at Fido the comic strip. Let's get our calendar out here. Let's up top here. That's the 26th. So right there, Saturday 26th, and then I did 28, 29, 30, 31, all Halloween cartoons. Usually I just do the one Halloween. Oh, well, let's see what we got here. The chief colorist has finished this, and we've actually already recorded it. Here is a rare appearance of Cuddles, the cat boss. He's a orange tabby cat. It's a common misconception that the orange tabby cats are friendly, affectionate, and gregarious. Many of us are quite evil. Really? That's Bo's father, the dad boss. He's been chained to the urinal now for the past couple of years. Really? Yes. Who would have known? No. Cuddles here used to be his cat. He was the supervillain. He retired, and rather than give it to Bo, who had just gotten a dog, a puppy, Fido, he gave it to his cat.
Well, yes, because the cat was more evil.
Here is Monday. This is the Halloween week. We have Closet Cat, Felicia, and Fido. Can you guess why we call him Closet Cat? Because he lives in the closet. So explain this holiday to me again. It's fun. We wear masks and go to people's houses and they give us candy. Why would they do that? We threaten them. You two are trying to get rid of me again, aren't you?
That would be a good way.
Trick or treat. That aside, here is the Tuesday. Every year they do a costume inspection, so Bo knows they're not getting in trouble. So we have Bo, Closet Cat, Fido, and then later Felicia. Halloween costume inspection. What are you? I'm an unstable billionaire. How's that scary? Well, you never know what I might do. I might send rockets to the Mars or run for president. Maybe I'll just spend all day posting baffling tweets. How's that scary? I'm using your Twitter account.
Bo has a costume on, an orange shirt.
And then, yeah, Bo's not dressed in costume. But Fido, of course, is dressed as a thief. Prison gear and a mask. And Felicia's a witch. A Disney witch, in case you can't quite see that L on her chest.
Stop.
Here is the Wednesday. This has to go to the chief colorist right now. I've just finished. Yeah. I just did the erasing this morning. Mm-hmm. And I just noticed I forgot to put the rod that opens the blinds on that right there. No one will notice that. So Fido's got all this stuff in his hands, some eggs and some tomatoes. So let's see. It looks like I might have missed a mark right. How does that? Yeah, there we go. Get the edge of that. Piles them all on the table. What are you doing? Well, trick or treat doesn't work if I can't prove I'm a viable threat. Got eggs, tomatoes, shaving cream. All right, that goes to the chief colorist.
All right.
The other trick or treat jokes I've done in the past is Fido sitting out there doing a card trick to the kids. And is this your card? No. And, Mister, can we have some candy? It's trick or treat, not both. And what other Halloween things? Yeah, this year he's not giving them the option of trick or treat. Yeah, we've done Halloween jokes every year. Okay, here is the Thursday. Look at all the leftover candy. Yeah, we didn't get any trick or treaters this year. That's too bad. Okay, you can have it. And Fido shares candy with all the cats downstairs. Good work, everyone. The cats kept the kids away. We didn't get any trick-or-treaters last year. In fact, we still have the candy left over. I'm going to pass it out again this year if anyone shows up.
Your old candy, that sucks. We need to get new candy.
At our height, at our house, we had 21 kids one year. That seemed like a small number. That was
Jack Sparrow.
Yeah, I scarred a kid for life. I called him Pirate Girl, and then he had to alert me. I'm Captain Jack Sparrow. Oh, okay. Sorry, Pirate Girl. You look like you're cross-dressing to me. Okay, here's another. Nope, this doesn't go to the chief colorist.
No,
this one we have to work on.
Yes.
I'll put it up here. Okay, here is the Friday. So Thursday was Halloween. Friday we're post-Halloween. We have Dino and the Cat Boss. You can't see this right now because it's just rough pencil, but we'll probably do the finished pencil on this today. When I pull in close, you'll get to see what's going on here. Cat Boss, can I talk to you? What's on your mind? You got me standing guard all day, and I'm not making that much money. I want a raise and a better job, or I'll organize a union, and we'll go on strike. I have just the place for you. And he's tied up to the urinal in the bathroom next to the Dad Boss. And Dad Boss saying, he must like you. I would have fired you. Good that we saw the other cartoon with the Dad Boss chained to the urinal. Otherwise, this might be a bit of a non sequitur to the audience out there.
Maybe.
All right. An explanation as to why this one is done is I had already started on this last week and then looked at the calendar and said, oh, shit, Halloween's coming. I can't use this for that next week. So this is going on to November 2nd. We have Felicia, Fido, and Bo. And Bo, for some strange reason, is wearing a yellow hoodie. I don't know where you get yellow. I guess he's a Pittsburgh, either Pittsburgh Steelers or a Green Bay Packers fan in Boston.
The very first thing you told me when you asked me about coloring
is I don't care.
Make it colorful.
Oh,
no,
whatever.
Make it colorful.
So she's got red, orange, yellow, no greens.
You also told me to
use greens,
use the
blues.
primary colors. There's green in the cereal box. Oh, there isn't.
No, there isn't. Anyway.
There is.
Oh, he's a Boston Bruins fan. They're yellow.
Yes,
Oh, okay.
Exactly.
That makes sense. Oh, silly.
Exactly. Boston Bruins.
Okay. Good dog. How come nobody ever says good cat? What is this, a trick question? Think you could teach a cat to be a good pet? No. I'm man's best friend. I can't do that to them. And after this be the Saturday, which we can put aside. And here is the Monday. Why do you even want to be a good pet? I got it good here. It's out of the rain, and I get fed daily. If these humans ever smarten up, they'll kick me to the street. Or worse. Worse? Downstairs.
Dun, dun, dun.
Downstairs cats. Good that we have callback jokes. It is Tuesday. Felicia is still trying to be a good pet. And Felicia says to Dino, Fido is helping me to be a better pet. Someday a cat will be considered man's best friend. Does that mean you'll stop trying to eat us? You won't fit in the oven. And Fido whispers in her ear, I mean, don't be silly. I'd never eat you. And Fido's looking off like, hey, that went good. Here's the Wednesday. The welcome home greeting is important. Act like you're happy to see them. How do I do that? Wag your tail. That doesn't mean the same thing to a cat. We wag our tails when we're angry. What do cats do when they're happy? We've never had that problem before. And here is the Thursday, which this one has to go to the chief colorist. But it's not as time sensitive as the one I just gave her. So the boys are just coming home. Felicia's, welcome home. And they run away. I'm just being friendly. It's the fangs, isn't it? Right? Try not smiling. She's got these big cat fangs. All right, this one goes to the chief colorist. But there's no rush on that one. What I said we're going to do today is the finished penciling on this one. And we could actually ink that one if anyone wants to go through all the trouble of inking about A couple dozen cats here. Let's get Irving up there on camera 1 to zoom in down in here so we can sort of see what we're doing. Fine work there, Irving. Almost level there. Yeah, that's small enough. You can see the page. As you know, cartoonists are the dirtiest, filthiest creatures on the face of the planet, and I have to wear a glove to keep my filth off the paper. And I also like to put down a piece of paper to keep me from smudging whatever my hand is sitting on at a time. And yes, that could be a blank piece of paper, but let's see what we're thinking about this
What
week.
is the fun in the blank piece of paper?
Well, our absentee ballots have arrived. I've taken this little photograph to prove that we actually do vote. I'm not going to tell you who we vote for, but it doesn't really matter. No one cares. Especially, this is Massachusetts. I've learned long ago that my vote does not matter in this state. When I was a kid, we were just cleaning things up. And back then we said we had voter fraud down to a manageable 20%. And that was post Watergate, when we had the feeling that, well, people in power actually had to follow the laws. But we've long since been disabused of that notion. And ever since Rock the Vote, a bunch of other stuff has come out, the voter fraud rate is just, you don't even want to think about it. But hey, let's see who we've got this year. We seem to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 candidates running for president of the United States. And I don't recognize a lot of them. I guess this is alphabetical. Ayudare. We used people. Well, I knew a plumber who ran AAA plumbing so that he could get to the front of the yellow pages ahead of AA plumbing.
I was just thinking to myself, is this the first year that they've done it?
I don't know. So that's what Ayudare apparently does. They're the independent people, so they're smart enough to pick someone who's alphabetically above everyone. Well, alphabetically
First.
Gifted. Alphabetically gifted candidate. The De La Cruz Garcia. I guess that's the Spanish. Socialism Party. Oh, never mind. I thought they were the illegal alien party. Okay. Harrison Waltz. Who the fuck is that? Oh, that must be Kamala. Does anyone know her last name? Democrats. Oliver and Tiermat. I almost said twat.
You just did.
The Libertarians. So they're the ones who are going to leave us alone. Except
you've got the addresses of the people in there.
So what? It's on the ballot.
No. Yeah, but not everybody.
It's on the ballot. That's a public record.
All right, whatever.
Oliver and Tiermat. So, they're the Libertarians who are going to leave you alone, but they're also going to legalize all the drugs. Stein and Calbero Roca. Now, I've heard of Jill Stein. She's this crazy green candidate.
Nice.
No idea who Calbero Roca is. And the Rainbow Party. Okay. And Trump and Vance. What's kind of funny is he's the only guy who's put any money into his name. So we know the name.
We know that he didn't buy the top spot.
He probably should have changed it to a Trump so you can get on top of the top spot. But then he'd have to repaint the plane and change the casino, and it'd be too much work.
Yeah.
So he couldn't.
Rebranding.
So he certainly couldn't get to the top of the ballot.
No, rebranding would have cost way too. He doesn't want to do that.
So the really depressing part is I didn't print the rest of this ballot up because this is Massachusetts, so just about everybody else is running unopposed. And I wondered to myself, what would happen if Mickey Mouse actually won? Would Disney have to serve?
I know you pondered that question this morning.
The only person not running unopposed is Granny Warren, and let's see what happens there.
Too much of your politics without me. Come on. The weather outside is nice for a day. It's a little cold.
Well, we're not going to beat up on Disney just yet. Hey, remember that video game Conquer that went out there for like 2 weeks and then they canceled and gave everyone their money back?
There was something else that you were going to talk about in the ballot.
What else is there?
The question.
Oh, who cares? I'm generally against any initiative petitions because they're all generally bad ideas. So apparently they're still putting money into this. They're still working on it. They're still patching it. So the rumor is they're going to make it a free game that with microtransactions. But they've already spent like 500 million. So I guess they're trying to go for that even billion. Hopefully what they're working on now is the bugs. That the video games these days always go out with all these crazy bugs, and it takes years and years and years to fix them. Good luck, Concord. I predict what's going to happen here is everyone is going to first day free for play, go into it and see what they're missing, see how wonderful it is, and then they'll just die off and not get anybody. This is a first-person shooter, so people are saying, why do you care what your character looks like? Yeah, okay, you've got a body-positive character of color. Who cares? Well, firstly, if someone that large, they're a big target. If you're a first-person shooter, But I guess that goes to the difficulty of the game. Secondly, what really kind of bugged me is this one of these particular characters has these 3-inch long decorated fingernails, and you got to look at them as they're holding the gun throughout the entire game. So this is your view. Now imagine 3-inch long aggravating fingernails clicking around as you're trying to play this game. Hey, I'm going to put some knowledge on you women out there. Men don't find long fingernails attractive. Just put it out there. We never have. All right, let's pull off the longest held piece of paper here, our Disney dumpster fire. Now, here are some pictures of Walt Disney World post the hurricane. And
Milton, I think, right?
What's that? Yep, Hurricane Milton. We see the Magic Castle back there, and the whole Main Street flooded, and other parts of the flooded. No, it's not true. Hurricane Milton caused flooding at Disney World Amusement Park in Orlando, Florida. This is all fake. This is photoshopped. This never happened. Disney World is on the second floor, so it would never get flooded like this. So fake news, everybody. I ought to be out there to tell you. But something that is not fake news is Disney is raising their prices starting last week for Disney Plus, where they were giving it away for $1.99 a month. Now they want $80 a year, and then next year they want $139 a year. Good luck going with that, Disney.
Yep.
I think even if you pulled a Concord here and went like free to play with microtransactions, you still want to get an audience.
So, do they have the option to pay monthly, or do you have to pay? Wow, that's talk about ending their money. Wow.
It's not gonna happen.
No, I know, but like you don't even have the option for monthly, right?
Yeah, I don't know. So they think we're gonna get upset with a transgender stormtrooper. If there's anyone out there who gives a fuck about Star Wars, perhaps, but who cares? No one does. Oh, something else to add here as a source of humor. She's wearing the transgender flag colors, so they have the same flags in the galaxy far, far away. Anyway, this crappy book came out 2022. Yeah. It's not anything new in the news, but it's interesting that they're pulling this out now. Is Disney looking for another controversy to pull our chain with, like they did with Snow White? I don't know. Maybe I'm reading too much into this. Captain America: Brave New World, or New World Order as it used to be called. I'm still going to call it New World Order. It's going to be pushed back, apparently. I had the idea that they should do the same thing that Ubisoft did with Assassin's Creed Shadows. Push it back to February, so that when it fails on Black History Month, you can call us all racists. Here we go. Ubisoft. Assassin's Creed Shadows pushed back February 14th to de-wokeify it, they say. But I say it'd just be a good idea to polish away the bugs. You've already spent too much money on it. Save your money, guys.
Don't sink any more money into that.
Hey, we were watching the Venture Brothers reruns on Netflix or Prime. One of those.
Netflix, I think.
Anyone remember Bo DeMeo? He got fired from the X-Men 92 cartoon, whatever, 90 X-Men 90 something. Yeah, whatever.
X-Men.
Yeah, the new X-Men cartoons,
Yeah.
because he kept on showing photos of himself naked online, I guess. We never found out why. Bo DeMeo was the director of all those Venture Brother things. I didn't know.
I know. You recognize that?
Oh, I enjoyed all the Venture Brothers stuff.
Oh, yeah.
It's been a constant inspiration. My cat boss voice is me trying to do Dr. Venture or the Monarch. So I'm not saying Bo DeMeo has work now. I'm just saying Bo DeMeo did that. We still don't know what Bo DeMeo is doing these days.
Don't know.
So the Lord of the Rings season 2 has halved their audience, and of course we know it with a $1 billion budget. Our favorite new Kathleen Kennedy stand-in, Jennifer Salke, is not interested in whether or not this is doing well. As far as she's concerned, it's doing well. But I'd like to go into the past here. Here we have Ryan Condal, and this is Michael Sapochnik. Oh, by the way, Miguel Sapochnik, one of the writers, creators, is leaving. Has left season 1, so he's out of the picture already. So but Ryan Condal is Ryan Condal is the interesting guy, because he was with Amazon Studios here trying to do a Conan the Barbarian TV show, and this is back before Jennifer Salke came on. But the guy who originally ran the thing got Me Too'd out of office, and they put Jennifer in there because she was oh so qualified. And the first thing she canceled was Ryan's
Conan.
So Ryan went off to do House of the Dragon, which was successful. Oh, by the way, I'm sorry. Miguel Sapochnik is the co-writer, co-creator of House of the Dragon, not Rings of Power. My mistake. So, and Miguel is leaving Rings of Power, House of the Dragon this year. It's just going to be Ryan. But she really knows talent.
Oh yeah.
Our Jennifer Salke here.
Oh yeah.
She is standing up to that moniker as the Kathleen Kennedy of Amazon Prime. And speaking of women of talent, I've been trying to track down Alyssa Hirschenchild.
You have?
Yeah, she is she's the former Bud Light VP, famous for all Bud Light's woes. You may or may not remember the brave and outstanding idea she had of hiring a particular gentleman to be the Bud Light spokesman. And she was saying that it was a horrible frat boy brand that was doing poorly, and she wanted to change the image. See, it had been going downhill, and this is the point in which she hired him, or her, it pronoun, and it went down, then it crashed down to where it stands today. And despite all their advertising, they've still barely recovered to where she took over. But this damage is probably permanent, because beers have shelf space. And I just wanted to pull these old ads out to remind everybody what a Bud Light ad should look like. And well, maybe, who knows? You have your own.
Oh my!
You can do whatever you want, but I did pull out. I wanted to have something interesting to look at while we worked. So we have these fantastic ladies worked who have basically they're out of work these days. A woman who looks like this can't get work anymore, which is really sad. She hardly gets noticed. Here we go. Yeah, that's true.
Right.
The kind of women who do get noticed, I guess.
Right.
We have those here.
All right.
Hey, Kathy. Kathy wants to go out on a win. Oh, good luck there, Miss Kennedy.
She doesn't have much time. Look.
You can Kathleen Kennedy's going to have her head frozen like Walt Disney so she can return to be the once and future Lucasfilm executive. Let's get our pencil sharpened because otherwise it's pointless. And we've got our Bud Light girl here to join us for today's inspirational moment. Okay, I think I made Dino's ear much too big, so this is the opportunity to not only shrink it but bring it in closer.
I have to go and blow my nose.
And actually, his nose is too big too. I'm doing all sorts of horrible things here with Dino. Yeah, his nose is like 1.5 times too big. Looking at the camera, you can't see quite what I'm seeing. I'm going to pull in even closer. What do you think, Irving? Yeah, let's get Dino looking like Dino at least. Very round head. And since he's like looking down a bit, his neck is buried into the collar pieces of his henchman uniform. And let's see, what's he doing with his hands? He's got like, I guess when you ask someone, can you talk to them, you got to point at them so that they know who you're referring to. They're all alone here in the bar, but okay, Dino wears his uniform unbuttoned. That's just the sort of casual guy he is. I like having the second hand here because it shows he's a little bit hesitant. You got to get these characters to act a little bit. And he is talking to a murderous supervillain. And here's Cuddles, aka the Cat Boss. So besides Bud Light girls, you really can't get away with a golden bikini anymore. It's too much flash. Hey, is it just me or is this girl like muscle bound? Yeah, look, she's got 6-pack, or at least a 5-pack of abs here. And look at the deltoid muscle there, and huge. My God, she's like a linebacker. I never noticed this.
Oh.
The girl, the Bud Light girl we're looking at. I'm looking for an Adam's apple.
Oh, give it a rest.
Anyway, what we're doing here, wow, she's showing a lot of hip too. What we're doing here is we're getting rid of the golden bikini. There we go. Always happy to help you out there, Bud Light. By the way, is it L-I-T-E or L-I-G-H-T? Because just about everything I've got over there says L-I-G-H-T, but the can does say L-I-T-E.
L-I-T-E.
Yeah.
Because they want
Well, it takes up less space on the can.
Oh,
yeah. Back in the old days, before I ever touched alcohol, the most popular brand of beer in the world was Michelob, and Michelob famously destroyed themselves by cheapening the product. They took on a new brewing process so they could brew twice the amount of beer in the same amount of time. They were using the early version of the fake hops that a lot of beer companies use now because it's easier to measure out exact amounts. But back then it was like, well, taboo. A beer's supposed to have just the basic ingredients: water, yeast, barley, and hops. But when they did all this stuff to try to brew a cheaper, quicker beer, Michelob suddenly discovered that the beer actually tasted kind of slimy. Mm-hmm. So they had to come up with ways to get the slimy feeling out of the beer. The beer tasted the same. It's just piss water. I mean, it's very simple. And they had to put like that silica gel that they tell you not to eat. something like that into it to get rid of the slime. But then they'd have to put that on the ingredients. It was a food product. It was legal. It wouldn't kill. It wouldn't hurt you that much. But um, that they didn't want that on the ingredients, so they had to filter that shit out. But they still came up with just a well. They destroyed their own product, but it took Michelob years to destroy their product. Bud Light destroyed their product overnight.
Yeah.
So it's quite an accomplishment for Bud Light in that regard. So hurt yourself. When Ambev originally took over Budweiser, they were saying, "Do we have to Beechwood age this thing because it doesn't add anything to the flavor? It's just stupid. Let's get rid of the horses. Let's cut all these expenses. Let's do this and that." And they were warned. Look at this can. This can is basically a contract. We promise our customers that we do this, we do that. This is exactly, this is the quality product you are to expect. You can't Michelob us. So they kept the Beechwood in there, which is stupid. What the hell? And they did get rid of the horses and all the brewery tours and everything that was fun.
Oh,
and
I know. We went on a brewery tour. It was fun.
Yeah, we saw the Clydesdales.
Yep.
We saw a Clydesdale that really liked my wife.
Could have been other women there, or it could have been, anything. But he was very happy to see us.
Yeah. But Ambev literally destroyed this company overnight. And I'm wondering, how did it become a big enough, the company it is? How did Ambev become the company it is today if it's this incompetent?
It must.
Usually companies like Walmart or McDonald's, even whatever, they become successful because they do things well.
They must run their other businesses well. They just don't know how to run their business.
So anyway, I was trying to look up that Miss Hirschenfeld, whatever, Alyssa, who did all this damage to Anheuser-Busch. And as far as I can tell, she's still unemployed. She still has a LinkedIn profile in which she talks about diversity, inclusion, and equity and such. But some guy has her job, which I'm sure is pissing people off left and right. A man taking a woman's job. Haven't seen that since they got rid of Batgirl.
Which is their highest earning.
Yeah, that's the joke. No, it's Warner Brothers' second highest earning film. For anyone who doesn't know what's going on here, Batwoman, they canceled and they burnt all of the copies of the film. It was never shown, and they just took a tax write-off on it, and it qualifies as as that film studio's second best earning film.
Which is hysterical.
Another company that doesn't seem to know what it's doing, Warner Brothers. I'm still waiting for that Wile E. Coyote cartoon where he tries to sue Acme.
Oh, that would be awesome.
We're never going to see that either. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Had those products not been available, he would not have beaten himself up quite the way he did.
I had long ago written a joke where Fido was getting a package from Acme and both. No, get that out of here. It's just too hacky. I think I'm going to use it. Okay, make Dino a little bit too thin here. Well, I guess that's the uniform that gives him the shoulders. Let's do a fold in the fabric here. And a lot of people wondered what this is. This is actually the cat paws fist impression on the belt buckle of the uniform. See, if we didn't have these live podcasts, you'd never know what all these little things are. I've often wished that someone like Charles Schultz or any of my other cartooning idols as a child did podcasts like this so you could see what's going through their brains as they're working.
I know, that would have been pretty cool.
I guess in my case, there'll be no secrets whatsoever. They'll know he was an asshole. So I want to pull back Concord here. Oh well, we don't need Concord. Let's just stick with Outlaws then and Star Wars. They're doing some stunning and brave work here with these video games these days. And it was only a matter of time, I suppose, because the same people who had gotten in and did all the damage to Hollywood were eventually going to be here to do the damage to video game industry. On reflection, I saw all this coming in college when they had all these different student clubs, and most of them were just racist shit. You know, we had the Black Student Club, the Gay Lesbian Alliance, and the Hispanic Club was the new one at that time. There was no White Nerd Club. Oh well, there was science fiction fantasy.
I was just gonna say.
We just played Dungeons and Dragons and stuff.
Yeah.
But we allowed anyone in, regardless of their race or sexual preferences. Whereby those other clubs, you steered clear. Otherwise, you were going to be known how unwelcome you were. You would find out quickly how unwelcome you were. Well, I experienced my first bit of cartoon censorship at that time, and I just went along with it because I'm just a stupid cartoonist. The joke was there was a guy holding a woman hostage, in a hostage situation after having robbed a bank wearing a mask. And the joke was there's a reporter there saying, "Okay, you bad guy, I want you to have a shootout with the police, and then explain why society made you do this," something along those lines. And I was told that I could not have the woman being held hostage. It either had to be a man or nothing at all. So I just whited out the woman. So he had a big black T-shirt. Shirt.
So they were kidnapped. I mean, they were.
Well,
a big black T-shirt was being held
well,
hostage.
yeah, I suppose. Now it was sort of against. They were saying this is the sort of thing we've been trying to work against all these years. You can't have a man holding a woman hostage.
I was just wondering what I didn't understand what you put or what you did. You just got rid of the woman.
Yeah, just got rid of the woman. Yeah. Okay. Kept the same joke. Didn't matter. Us cartoonists are not really deep thinkers. We're just, and a lot of people say, "Oh, I could do that," but
no, you can't.
Well, yeah, you can.
No,
anyone in the world can do this. It's can you do it every day?
Yeah, okay.
Now, I've seen people who can write one or two jokes that will actually make really good comic strips, really good cartoons. But it takes a real fruitcake to do it every fucking day for the rest of your goddamn life. I don't know who'd want to do this for the rest of their life besides me. Yes, I would. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's a lot better than stripping asphalt shingles off of a roof.
I don't think those are your only two options. However, I understand what you're saying.
So, this incredibly racist Assassin's Creed Shadows is going to be coming out during Black History Month. And I I can't wait to see my friends online play it because I'm never going to play it. Obviously, I don't even have a video game system. I draw a comic strip. I don't have time to play video games. I say this with all due arrogance and superior and feelings of superiority.
Oh, good. I was afraid that might have been too subtle.
But I've seen some of the demos, and there's a scene where he's fighting someone, and they actually have like a hip hop version of ancient Japanese music. It's like, oh my god, they don't even see it themselves, do they? This is so pandering. This is so racist. But you understand what they were thinking. They're playing to a Western audience. They would absolutely love to have the urban, as it is, urban audience. And when they got a historian who backed up their bullshit story that there actually was a black man and a black samurai in Japan, they jumped on it. You could see the frothing at the lips that they really wanted this to be true. And they shamed us all when we said, "What the hell are you doing here with a black samurai?" They shamed us all and said, "Well, if you looked into the history, you ignorant, arrogant, racist son of a bitch, you would know that there actually was an actual black samurai at the time." And we're all kind of like, what? I took a Japanese history class in college, and even I never heard of it. But so, I know a little bit about Japanese history, I guess, a little bit more than the average person would. I'll stake that.
Mm-hmm.
The average American would, and I'd never heard of him. So, but I still would say, okay, this historian is saying there actually was. Okay, let me hear the story.
Mm-hmm.
And the more we got of the story, the more shenanigans we called. And this odious historian, like, disappeared overnight. Oh, it was funny. And we're not even going to bother talking about Star Wars Outlaws because, well, who gives a fuck about Star Wars?
Not many people. If anybody.
All right, let's put that aside. We're done with this. We're gonna get some inking done, I guess, and we can start inking this sucker. Now, where is our ink bottle? We are still using. Where are you, ink bottle? There we go. We are still using the Speedball Super Black, and my only criticism, it's a good all-purpose ink. My only cheap as hell. My only criticism is, this is good. Sometimes the lacquer that's in it will glue the top shut. But I'd opened the ink bottle earlier today, so we don't have that problem. Now, here are our brush candidates. Not going to bother bringing the stand over here. Wow, you hear that? There's a dog crying outside, going batshit crazy outside.
Is that a dog?
It's a dog.
Who's it?
Wonder if the microphone's picking it up. Chill out, dog.
Oh.
That dog is losing his mind.
Go after that dog.
All right.
I want to go help that dog.
What do you think? How's that look for a point? That's pretty good. It depends on, if I look at it on Rumble, it looks horrible. But I look at it on YouTube, it looks pretty good. The resolution on Rumble is horrible. It looks all blurry. Well, this is a big mistake. You generally should be doing something before you hop right in on the characters, because you can never get a brush in shape in time. Do I have anything? Well, why don't we do the word balloons first? That way I can get the brush used to being used. Irving, would you move the camera up a little bit? That's good. Let's see how this brush is going to treat us. It's not bad. See, the word balloons are just simple parentheses. Boom, and oftentimes, since my human characters are like 6 feet tall, their heads will get stuck in the word balloon. But I don't mind that. All right, I'm going to tilt the page 90 degrees so that I can still lay my hand down on the paper. It makes doing the arc, that is the top parenthesis, easier. You go just until the brush runs out of ink a little bit. But by doing this first, hopefully I can get the brush soaked up enough so that when I do the characters, it behaves. Otherwise, this will be a very short show.
Did you check to make sure it's recording?
It's live stream.
Okay.
And if you look to your left,
I know, I see it doing that.
we have the big.
But I don't know if that just runs or records. You know.
Oh no, that's coming. That's coming to you through YouTube.
Live.
Yeah. No, she's probably the only one of the few people actually watching the live stream. I would advertise people to watch the live stream more, to comment and do all that sort of stuff. But I can't respond to comments while I'm drawing. So where most people, they're just sitting there, they're taking super chats, they're talking, chatting with the fans. I can't do that, so it's not even worth my while to ask people to join me. Try to get people to watch this in replay. I'm performing here. See, we don't mind having like little extra splotches of ink like that because it shows it's been done with a brush. That's that handmade quality that is. It shows how authentic we are. Let's pull the other one in. We'll do the word balloons on this sucker. Irving in camera one is stumbling around. I guess he's drunk again.
Oh, Irving.
I briefly worked at a place called my boss brought me to a place called the Frame Shop in Brighton, I think. And these two gentlemen who were famous for doing a lot of PBS documentaries and stuff drank more beer during the day than is probably healthy. And they were the original drunken cameramen, I like to refer to. I guess these guys did a lot of work with Ken Burns, Civil War documentary and such. But all that was just an animation stand, and you just programmed the camera to do the movements on these photographs. So you could drink as much beer as you wanted. In fact, it probably helped. I think it was Ed and Ed. Actually, no, they were in Watertown.
I was going to say.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I don't know what I was thinking. Like that makes a difference to anyone out there.
Somebody from the.
Somebody heard of Ken
Yes.
Burns in the Civil War series, I suppose.
Do they even replay those? They must, because PBS, I can't imagine, has. They must have like PBS classics or something like that.
PBS streaming service.
Well, they probably
Yeah,
do.
yes. Isn't it? No, I'm not sure if it's even part of the Discovery networks, but
Oh,
no, I forget what it's called.
Discovery and National Geographic.
National Geographic is Disney now, and actually Disney's getting rid of it. So who knows?
Yeah, I don't know what PBS is, to be honest with you, right now. I don't know what kind of resistance they have.
It's easier these days to say what Disney doesn't own.
That's true.
Hey, maybe Disney should buy Ambev.
Maybe.
Anyway, I tie this together in one bow.
And there goes the perfectly tied bow.
Let's pull our Bud Light girl in here, soon to be a Disney employee.
I hate to tell you, dearest, but she's probably like in her, she's probably retired from modeling.
What are you talking about? This woman still looks like this today. I'm sure.
She may still look like that today, but she's probably
Do we have
retired from modeling.
I can't even see a date on this ad, but this ad looks so 1980. All right, I'm gonna put that aside, and let's bring our woman up. I don't even have her name.
Typical misogynist.
Call her Gold Pink. Oh, well, she hardly gets noticed. You understand? Hardly gets noticed. Although I did notice all those muscles. Yeah, she's got shoulders like a linebacker, and a poor taste in beer.
You really think she drinks that? She doesn't drink any beer. Look at her.
What are you talking about? That's what a typical beer drinking woman looks like.
Yeah, no.
And they see you with the beer, and they smile at you just like that. That's exactly what.
That's exactly it.
This is a contract. This is a contract. This beer is putting out here. It's saying that if you drink this beer on this beach, this woman will be there to smile at you. They couldn't print it if it wasn't true.
Yeah, okay. I saw enough of Mad Max. I know that's not even a Mad Max. What the hell was it called?
No
Mad Men.
Yeah, notice whenever my hand goes in here to do some work, it goes off focus. 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Amazing how that always works out, huh?
Pretty cool.
Yeah, let's get Bo's nose in here. Shrink it down a little bit. And let's make sure he's looking at the right thing. We've got to draw a straight line from where Bo's eyes are to Fido. It's just a lip. Chiseled jaw. Let's get those eyebrows in, which gives us the expression. Try to get him acting. We have to come up with a title for this one. We are almost an hour in. She hardly gets noticed. Let's see, what were we talking about? The election. It's the Halloween week, so when is a better time to talk about elections?
Elections and during Halloween. Scariest time in the world.
We don't care about Disney. We spoke about Jennifer Salke from Prime.
No.
And Prime.
All Prime.
Yeah.
Past its prime.
Since it is Halloween week, we probably should talk about Halloween.
This coming week's not Halloween.
No, but what we're drawing here for everybody here is Halloween week.
Because we haven't gotten our candy yet.
No, we're using last year's candy. I don't expect to get any trick-or-treaters again this year. I've gotten. I'm sorry, my dream has come true. This stupid holiday is over with.
Stop it.
COVID killed it.
Stop it.
One thing good has come out of COVID. That's the death of Halloween. I've hated this holiday since I was a kid, only because I grew up in Everett and they ran around with Nair hair remover, throw at each other. Not, you were lucky if you got hit with an egg. Squirt guns full of urine, all sorts of wonderful things.
What the hell were you people doing in Everett? God damn.
There was one particular street you did not go down.
I know, but I think that's the case of every city. And
our friends set up traps for trick-or-treaters.
Well, your friends were already in their freaking minds. I had a lovely little Halloween in my neck of the woods.
Halloween was horrible. And my stupid sister went out as a Playboy bunny one year. Like, that was smart. Amazed she didn't get assaulted.
Listen, Lisa wanted to
do
that.
Laura.
I know.
The one who's now a Disney adult.
I know it was Laura. I know it wasn't Lisa. I was being facetious.
Yeah, that would have been funny if the sister who the cat is based on did that. Yeah.
The elderly couple that lived across the street from me.
Uh-huh.
They used to. They had a very large front yard. Their backyard was on the river, so they just had a little bit of sand in the backyard. But they had a very large front yard, and they used to really do things to just creep you the F out on Halloween. They would jump out of things, and they would play spooky music. And, it was awesome, but it was also scary.
So we call this the Halloween episode?
Sure.
I guess we'll put something in the description.
Those are Tammy's, my friend Tammy's grandparents.
Okay. Guess we'll put something in. I have no idea who that is. We'll have to put something in.
Who Tammy is.
We'll have to put something in the description along the lines of what a better time to not talk about politics than Halloween. Something like that.
Yeah. We talk about the scariest thing of all, politics.
Nah, we don't. We don't do that. This is a non-political strip.
Oh really?
Yeah, really.
I think you let your politics.
Certainly not. I don't. Fido, the comic strip, officially has no endorsement of any candidate.
I know.
For any office anywhere in the world. In fact, we would like it if they all lost.
Oh, there you go. Is that a possibility?
Well,
Mouse.
Well, about the only thing for sure is that we'll lose. No, back in the good old days of Watergate, we had the hope that nobody was above the law. It was a great era in American politics, but yeah, that died during the Clinton era. In fact, there was a Clinton advisor who bragged about the voter fraud that they were portraying, that they were perpetrating, as if it didn't connect, that it was illegal.
Well, he thought he was doing the right thing.
Yeah, I guess so.
I think I told you that I used to think that whoever, there were two people, because back in my day, I don't remember there being the Libertarian and the Green and all those other. They may have been on the ballot, but I wasn't voting, so I didn't see them.
Yeah.
And they certainly weren't promoted like they are now.
Uh-huh.
But anyway, that being said, there were always two candidates, and I thought that the person who lost was the vice president.
Yeah, it used to be the case, actually.
It did used to be the case?
Yeah, back in
Okay,
history.
So
yeah, no.
Oh, all right. So I'm not losing my mind.
Well, back in the back in the 18th century, 19th century.
I really thought I thought it was still happening. I thought the second person was. I think I got confused because there were a lot of vice presidents who ran.
Yeah.
In our day. Well, they still do it now, but.
When George Washington, no, what was it? Thomas Jefferson won. His opponent got second place, and they got the idea now. Oh, wait a second, this is not that good an idea. You don't want that.
Wait a minute, we don't want that person.
But the most what's the word I'm looking for? The least corrupt election of my lifetime, believe it or not, was Jimmy Carter's, because they were trying to clean things up after Watergate. Go figure.
I got in so much trouble with one of my friends one year because I don't even remember what year it was, but I was in '88 because we were out at a bar.
Oh, that'd be Reagan.
What?
That'd be Reagan.
Yeah, we were out at a bar, and I said, "Oh, this is my first year voting."
Uh-huh.
And of course, I had a drink in my hand, and I was, I think, 19 or 20.
Yeah.
No, I must have been 8. I must have just been 18.
You luscious.
I know. And a friend of mine got so mad at me. He's like, "Shut up." I was like, "What? Shut up."
This is Massachusetts. Don't talk about voting.
Yeah, don't. Yeah, exactly. couldn't care less if you're under 21, but.
Especially in a bar, do not talk about voting. You're likely to get your ass kicked.
80s. This was different.
Well.
And it was a quiet bar. Actually, it wasn't even a bar. It was what's that place? The Oyster. You know the Union Oyster House?
Yeah.
All right. If you're looking at the Union Oyster House.
Across the street. The Bell and Hand. Oh, what?
To the left of it.
Okay.
The Union Oyster House. Because there's nothing across the street. Across the street is.
Across the street, at that little fork in the road, is the oldest bar in Boston.
What bar is that?
I think it was called the Bell and Hand at one time. I don't know what's called.
Well, I think that's where I went, and I think that it's on the corner. It's not. Across the street, because there's nothing across the street.
Well, there's a fork in the road across the street from Union Oyster House, and that entire fork is taken up by a bar.
Yeah, it's on the corner.
Yeah. Well, that's the oldest bar in the city.
Well, I don't consider that across the street. I consider that next to. But anyway, it was that place.
Yeah. Well, that's a famous place.
I know.
For talking politics.
I know. Well, see,
the Sons of Liberty. The Sons of Liberty used to meet there.
There you go. The only thing that would have been better is if we were actually in Fido Hall.
No, that was the ideal place for that. Yeah. No, it's just the people around here are really crazy.
No, he wasn't mad at me for talking about politics. He was mad at me for saying it was my first election, and that meant I wasn't 21.
Oh, for drinking alcohol. Oh,
Yeah.
Never mind. I thought we were going a different direction with that.
No. He was mad at me for saying it was my first election because that meant I wasn't 21.
Ah.
Yeah.
So you drank before you were legally allowed to?
Yeah, but I didn't drink that much. I wasn't like.
Horrible.
I told
You
you
broke the law. The laws are there for
I
a
know.
reason, Vicky.
I got carded like 1 week before my birthday. At the place that I've been drinking for or I've been going to.
For years.
Not, well,
I didn't have a drop of alcohol until I was 25 years old.
And you made up for it. Don't give me that shit. You probably had as much alcohol in the fewer years than I had in my entire life. And I have not had a sip of alcohol now in, I don't even know.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
I don't
6.
even know the last time I had anything to drink. Huh.
But it would be nice to bring back the old days when we only had about 20% voter fraud. 20%, that's all I ask. Keep it down to 20%. Get rid of these absentee ballots. That's one of the main problems. We legitimately only have an absentee ballot because this one over here
It's not. We did not do an absentee ballot. Get your terminology correct, honey. There's different things. What we did was a vote by mail. And the reason why we did a vote by mail is, and you didn't have to if you didn't want to, but the reason why we did it is, yes, I'm still housebound.
Hey, could you look at the TV screen?
Yeah.
What am I circling?
Absentee.
All right. Anyway, let's get back.
There are different things to fill out, though.
The place where we usually go to vote, one year they suddenly moved it and didn't tell anyone where it was. So after that point, we did the early and absentee ballot. It has nothing to do with how we can't get there anyway these days. But that's the reason, because they kept on moving our polling station without telling us where it is.
Do you live in some bizarre world? I do not remember that.
The school, they moved it. Remember last time we went there and there was no voting, and we said, where is it? And we didn't bother to look it up online. It was just like, oh, fuck it. That's why we have that's why we decided to do the absentee ballot.
Okay. That was just because I can't move.
Well, it is now. Now it makes sense, but we were already signed up for it before you did this whole hospital trip.
I legit had PTSD flashbacks to things in the hospital last night.
Why? What happened?
I was just remembering shit that I really wanted to talk about, but I mean, I'm just joking about
how many months were you in there?
4
months. Yeah.
And a half.
That's why we have so many black and white comic strips in the recent history.
Well, I wasn't in the hospital. Well, I was in a hospital-like setting for 4.5 months.
And I wasn't going to let her keep my comic strips in there.
I know, which I don't understand that. I could have gotten.
You didn't have room.
What?
You didn't have room. You would have screwed them up anyway.
Mm-hmm.
We have the patience to ink all these cats? Well, we're at 1 hour 6 minutes. I don't think I have the brush for it. I need a more fine-tooth brush. These are really small. Never draw your characters that small.
Yeah, I know. The colorist would be begging you to never draw your comic strips up. I've actually attached a little magnifying glass to my table here.
Okay, Irving, camera 1, zoom back a bit. Let's get. That's close enough. What are we going to call this? We could do the Halloween episode. We spoke about the lesbian stormtrooper, like anyone cares. Actually, no, it's transgender
I was just going to say, it
stormtrooper.
doesn't have to be lesbian, just transgender.
Fly away, lesbian stormtrooper.
You're flying now.
Captain America, New World Order, or Brave New World, whatever you want to call it. They're going to call us racist for it. Bo DeMeo did the directing duty for the Venture Brothers. That's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Put a chicken in it, make it lame. Bud Light. Concord. Amazingly, they're putting more money into it. Oh, hey, we came up with a new business model for Sweet Baby Inc. If anyone doesn't know who they are, they're a company that if you hire them, they'll do their consultant business and they'll make sure your video game doesn't sell. But people online have been going through any company who's pictured on Sweet Baby Inc.'s website and warning people, hey, this is a Sweet Baby Inc. company. Don't buy their video games because they probably suck. So Sweet Baby Inc. can now say, well, if you don't pay us, we'll put you on our website and say we work for you. Disney, what are you up to, Disney? The floodwaters here, Disney, incorrect, fake news. But what's not fake news is Disney's going to want to try to charge $80 a year and then $140, almost doubling afterwards for Disney Plus. Good luck with that one, Disney. So, what do we talk about here? I guess
I don't know.
wasting money. Money's been a constant thing. Bad business models. Yeah. Bud Light had a bad business model. Disney has a bad business model.
How not to do business.
How not to do business? No, maybe. Because no, we didn't offer any
No, but
help.
we're showing how these people
Yeah.
seem to do.
You know, we're not going to help anything.
No. Don't be ridiculous.
Okay, bad business. Let's get the. Where's my ink bottle? There we go. Brush dried up. Okay, we'll call it bad business. What the hell?
All right, sounds good.
What better time than Halloween to talk about
Bad business.
the ballots?
Oh, yeah.
Always be sure, everyone at home who's drawing the comic strip along with us, to put the bottle back onto your ink. And whatever you do, don't test it by flipping it upside down because, well, then you'll find out it doesn't
I'd
work.
rather put the cap back on my bottle of ink.
Wait, really? You can't put the bottle back on your cap of ink?
No. Not that I'm aware of.
Yeah.
I'm not an artist, though, so I couldn't tell you.
Got to wash my brush. Thank you for joining us for Fido Live number 118, the Halloween episode.
Have a good day.
We'll see you next week. Now let's say goodbye to our good friends at Rumble.
Bye.
And we're still on with YouTube because YouTube takes a while to make sure wrap up and leave. And let's say goodbye to YouTube. See you next week.
Bye-bye.